Welcome to our channel OCHAREO. In this video, we want to talk about the odun Ogbara Ofun, characteristics, Patakines, eboses, osobos, or riches that we are supposed to receive if we have this odun. But most importantly is the eboses that we can do to live this odun in Ire. So stay with us until the end. When we talk about this odun, Ogbara Ofun, Ogbara is the number 6, say Maferefun, Shango, Elegua, Orumila, and all orichas. And it's the odun that we need to be so careful when we talk with someone because they can flip it at our conversation and will be a problem for us. And Ofun talk about the curse. So when we see the combination of both of them, we need to be so careful with the community because Ogbara Ofun is the odun that people believe in you when you are good. When you have problems, they abandon you. So it's important if you have Ogbara Ofun that be so careful with people that are always around you. When we talk about the Ire, because in life we love to live in Ire, the main important Ire that this odun has is Ariku. Ariku means health. So we need to do everything to keep this Ire with us. And the second one is Achekun Ota. That means overcome the obstacles and enemies with the orichas. So that's why we need to reinforce our orichas if we need in this odun. Because in this odun, all of it sent Obatala to the world. When Obatala arrived, he went to see Orumila to know what he was supposed to do to live without problem in earth. But Orumila recommended him to do an ebo with the alagede, the white sheet, and salt. But Obatala was thinking about it. He said, I don't need this ebo because Olofi sent me to this mission. And he went to his house. He had a lot of visitors in his house that were talking with him about the different things that they were supposed to do around that town. But Echu was there and he knew that Obatala didn't do any ebo. So at night when Obatala was sleeping, he did a witchcraft to Obatala in his back. He put the pumpkin and he covered his back with the white sheet. In the morning, Obatala, he feel some problem in his back. He had pain in his back, but he didn't know that he was hunchback. When the people came to his house and saw Obatala in that situation, they start to ask him what happened. That we see that you have, problem with your back, and Obatala, he didn't know what to answer them. So little by little, all of them abandoned the house of Obatala. Later around, Obatala was around that village and he noticed how people don't want to speak with him and even turn their back. So that's why in this odun, it's important that you don't practice any sport that you have the risk to have an accident. Like for example, climb the mountains or ride a motorcycle or a horse or anything like that. It's one of the Patakines that advise us that we are not supposed to eat with a lot of salt because it could be problem for our health. So you need to be careful with the salt and also with your back. Don't lift it up anything that is so heavy for you. But most importantly is that you do an ebo. You offer the pumpkin to Echu Elegua, and then next to it you put the jicara, a little jicara with salt, and you cover it with the white sheet. From time to time, you clean yourself with the white sheet, and you will see that you have any issues. Something else that you can do in this odun is to feed your head with 2 pigeons, with Obatala, and do the rogation. This is something that is great to keep the health in this odun. When you don't know something, ask. Why? Because here, Olofi, he had his son that he was sick, and he called Orumila. And Orumila went to see Olofi with 2 helpers, and he marked the ebo. The next day that they were supposed to do the ebo, they didn't call Orumila. So they went by themselves and they did the ebo. And Olofi asked them, everything is good? And they said, yes, no problem, everything will be good. And at night, the son of Olofi passed away. So the following day, he called Orumila and he asked Orula, and Orula said, I don't have anything to say because I didn't do the ebo. And then he cursed the helpers of Orumila to eat with egg. So when you going to talk about something, you need to be sure what you said, because someone could curse you. In addition of that, if you go, for example, to the doctor and you see that you have some issues and you don't feel comfortable with the answers of him, go for the second opinion. Because in this odun, people could say that you don't have nothing and you have problems. So go for the second opinion. Something else there, if you go, for example, for divination, could be with the Babalawo or the Oriate, and they mark the ebo to you, go back to them and do the ebo with the person that mark the ebo for you. Why? Because this person have the connection with your spirits already. This person know the prayer. Sometimes someone else tell you, oh, I can do the ebo for you, don't have to pay anything, but then later you have the result that you could have with the other person. Something else that you can do in this odun is the ebo misi with different herbs of Obatala. That is important because you go to refresh all the spirituality and all the aura that you have before you go to the doctor. Here you are, the eboses of Obatala that you can use. For example, de bleo blanco, prodigiosa, algodón, frescura, antiponla, campana, lirio blanco. All of them you can use to prepare the ebo misi. This ebo misi, when you prepare this in the bowl, season it with holy water, honey, cascarilla, and cocoa butter. And then you want to take 3 baths with this humiero. If the person is sick, in the bedroom that the person is sleeping, clean with this humiero, this bedroom, every single day that the person take a bath to clean the environment of illness. And if you are helping your family member, for example, take a bath too, that this is important. After you finish with that, it's important too, because you did first the rogation with 2 pigeons, that you do the second rogation after the bath. This rogation could be with fruits, for example, could be also with bread and milk, or could be just the coboreal, that the regular one, but you need the second rogation. Anytime that we put blood in our head, we are supposed to do the second rogation to reflect it and have our ori fresh to take a great decision. In this odun, if you have any debt with Shango type to accomplish this promise, always I recommend the community in general and Magaki, that when you promise something for the rich, try to make a promise with something that is simple. Could be flour, could be an adimu, or something like that. Do that in this odun. Shango, he was high in the forest, and the eboses of Orumila with Orula, they have a meeting in the house. Shango, he was furious with all of them, less Orumila, because they had the debt with him to feed him with the apple, and they didn't do on time. So Shango, he want to burn the house with all of them inside. At that moment, Elegua showed up and he saw Shango in that place, and he asked him, "My boy, what are you doing here?" And he told Elegua everything that he has in his mind. What happened that Elegua that appreciate his other brother Orumila, and he didn't want that Shango did that. He went and he talked with Orumila about the thoughts that Shango had against his eboses. So Orumila made a boat and he put water around the house and in the roof and all of that, and then it refreshed also the intention of Shango, and nothing happened. So it's important in this odun that we take care of the candles. We take care also of the kitchen when we are cooking, the outlets, because this odun talk about fire in our house. Even one day you can have, for example, a chuck, put it in the fire and put it next to the door, and then add water and pray like the water take off this chuck, then nothing happened in my house, because here we need to be so careful with fire and problem of this in our house. When we talk about orishas that we are supposed to receive if we have this odun, the first one that you could receive, for example, is a ganari if you don't have it. Because when you receive oloko and ganari, it's for stability and also health. It's a huge and beautiful ceremony that also we have an ahuan that needs to clean us and everyone in the house when we are doing that ceremony and gives you stability. The next one is Oricha Oko. So when we feed Oricha Oko, that in that ceremony we feed the ground, we receive the best of Oricha Oko to provide us with every food that we need, that always we have food in our table. And also it's the Oricha that work with the health. The third one is Inle and Abata. Inle is the divine doctor. So when we go to the doctor and we have question and we have to go for the second opinion or something like that, we put an adimu to Inle with your candle. We can put, for example, flower, we can put fruits. And when we go to the doctor, we clean with that fruit in front of him, something that we can do with olokun too, in order that when the doctor see us, we are spiritually, we have cleaned our aura and we don't have any situation or confusion with our health. The fourth one is Babalu Aye. That one is the greatest one. But we receive Babalu Aye when we have 5 or 6 years of OCHA, or when we have some issues with our health and in divination, they recommend us to receive Babalu Aye. Or you have in Italy, for example. But something that I recommend the community, when you receive Babalu Aye, don't receive it with feathers. Receive Babalu Aye with 4 legs, in order that you have an ita, and he talk with you and let you know what you are supposed to do to be healthy and avoid every single illness that want to approach you. Thank you, all of you, to join us. Leave your comment below, a like, subscribe to the channel to receive notification about new videos, music, interviews, and live stream, health, faith, and prosperity. Ya tú sabes, OCHAREO.